Hello everyone, 안녕하세요. So today I'm going to share a little story time of how knowing Korean saved me from using expired products. So if you're interested, then let's get started with today's video. Okay, before I share the incident with you guys, can we please have a moment to talk about the BTS book? It's finally here. I'm so excited for this. They look so good, and the book is so thick, it's like an encyclopedia. So the BTS book, which is called Beyond the Story, is something that's been co-written by BTS, and another author. I'll mention his name on the screen. And like they have shared all the things that they have done as a group in the past 10 years, never before heard stories, or stories that they have shared with ARMY, as in their fans, but not like openly. So I'm really excited to read it. Also, kind of nervous because I have witnessed some hardships that they have gone through, so I'm kind of a little nervous to read it, but our boys are here and that's all matters. I didn't really start reading yet. I just maybe read a couple of random pages because I was very excited, but now I will. And the store that I ordered it from, they sent me this beautiful like Afo Bangpo, bookmark. So Afo Bangpo means Army Forever, Bangtan Forever. Okay, so that's what it is. It's really pretty, and it's it has a purple tassel, which is like our fandom color, which is like BTS color purple. And I ordered it from K-pop Merch India. I'll link her store. She stocks a lot of K-pop albums. If you're interested, do check her out. But this is not sponsored. I just really wanted to share with all of my fellow armies. Very excited to read a book that's been co-written by BTS members. Okay, so before I start sharing with you guys, I must tell you how much of Korean I know, right? So I know the basics. I still consider myself like a beginner, and of course I know Hangul, which is like the Korean alphabet system, and I do read a lot of Korean history because I really love Korea and I want to know more about their culture. And yeah, like if you love a country, if you love a culture, I think it's kind of nice and sweet and respectable to read about it, because there's so much more. The more I read about Korean culture, Korean history, the more I just fall in love with the whole thing. So yeah, I just know basics. I'm really conscious about my pronunciation. If someone who's Korean out there is willing to help me, I would love that. I do try to converse with my Korean friends here, or over like the social media, but still, if anyone is willing to help me, that would be really nice. So I actually started learning Korean a while back, and as funny and delusional as this may sound, I started learning because I wanted to interview BTS. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I know I might sound really delusional to a lot of people because it's like, what are you even talking about? But I believe in dreaming big, and I started learning because as an army who has been an army for a while, right, I've seen BTS struggling a lot in foreign interviews, back in the day. I'm not talking about now. Like how the questions would be repetitive and BTS wouldn't really get to express their artistry in Western interviews. So I wanted to like learn Korean, and since I have a degree in journalism and mass communication, I wanted to use that and like support my favorite artist, if that makes sense. So that's why I actually mainly started learning Korean, because I have been into K culture for a long time, but this was one of my main reasons to start learning the language, and also to read labels, because I love K-beauty. And that's where our story is heading, by the way. So what exactly happened? Okay, so this is something that happened to me when I was attending an event, a K-beauty event. So where I live, there's not a lot of K-beauty events happening, but if I hear of something like a workshop or an event, or if I get invited, I always go, because I love K-beauty. That's how everything started in my life when it comes to South Korea. So I went to the event, and we were getting some sort of like goodie hampers and stuff like that. And by the way, this is nobody's fault. It's just something you can say lost in translation kind of a case, right? So as I came back home, there was this new brand that I've never heard of before, and it's a K-beauty brand. And Korea is like the heaven for skincare and beauty. This like one of the reasons why I want to go there. So I was so excited, okay, and this was this new brand, and I love skincare, okay. I struggled with really bad acne when I was a teenager and a preteen as well. So now when I get to try new products, or that's how I got obsessed with skincare. That's how that's like being in the beauty aisle in a beauty store, like, just makes me happy. Okay, I just love this thing so much. So I was really excited to see this particular brand and what they are about. And they were like talking about pore minimizing and all of that, which is definitely my concern because I have super sensitive as well as acne prone skin. So I was like, okay, this sounds good. And the bottles were so pretty, like they were so aesthetically pleasing. And that's one thing about K-beauty, their packaging is always the best. Like, they really make an effort. And back then my skin was doing really well. Okay, it was completely fine, no acne, nothing, no sensitivity. So I decided to test those products that night itself after coming back home. So I tried it, and the next morning when I woke up with a lot of irritation on my face. So I tried to read the ingredients immediately, although I remember there was nothing bad for my skin, but still I was like, is there something that is not suiting my skin? Because as someone with sensitive skin, something that is too fragrant or too like strong doesn't suit my skin. But that's the thing about K-beauty or Korean skincare, it's a mix of technology and gentle like natural things. So it's nothing too strong. That's why I use Korean skincare. So I was a little like worried, like what happened. So the whole day I tried using it again. Yes, I did that to myself. My skin was perfectly clear and everything, but I was like, you know what, I need to try this again to be sure that this is the product that's breaking me out. And I tried it again, and I had again irritation on my face, and that's when I was like, okay, it's this product. And I kept on wondering why is this happening, because this is not supposed to happen. Okay, and then I was trying to find for the manufacturing date and expiry date and everything, and there was nothing, because a lot of the times when these brands, like, if a brand has a big global presence, like More Pacific, which is like a huge like beauty giant in South Korea, they have a lot of global offices and everything. They have one in India. They can partner up with bigger retailers who can like also have like English packaging and English translations. But a lot of companies that are just entering the Indian market through smaller retailers, a lot of the times everything is in Korean, and you don't get a lot of English like translation on the package. So there was literally very less of English and everything. So the expiry date and manufacturing, these things were not there. And I was kind of like searching for that, because I knew something was wrong in this particular area. I kept on searching, and then I took out the bottle, the actual product, and I was trying to look around if there is anything, and I see something at the bottom of the packaging. And then the Korean writing, like the date writing format, is different than how you write it in English. So I could figure that that's the date of expiry, and then at the end of the date, it was kaji. Now kaji in Korean means until. So you can use this product until this date. It means that. So that was basically the expiry date. One has expired in April, and one has expired right in June, and I was using this at the end of June, and this has like, one of them has expired at the beginning of June. So both of them had expired like recently, but still there were expired products, which was giving me the irritation. And I tried to confirm it with a Korean friend of mine before coming to conclusions, because as I said, I still consider myself a beginner, and I still sometimes even if I'm right, I want to double check it. So I asked a Korean friend, and I'm like, am I right? And person was like, yeah, you are right, it means that this is the expiry date. And I was like, now I get it, why I was getting so much of irritation on my face suddenly. Like, in the past few months, I felt really demotivated, almost to give up studying Korean. Like, I'm doing self-study now, but I was feeling really demotivated, and I was like, there's no use learning it, because a lot of the times when you're learning a new language, especially as a grown-up, it can seem a little difficult, right? You're managing work, you're managing this, that, so it can be a lot. But if you really love something, you should always make time for it, and you never know when it might come to use. Like, I started learning it for a very different reason, but it came to use again for a very different thing. See, even the basic knowledge helped me practically save my skin. Sometimes we think we are behind in life, or we compare ourselves to people who are in the same journey, but they are in their own journey, and things happen when it's supposed to happen. So learning Korean and even knowing the basics helped me so much. And I'm pretty sure even like sometimes I underestimate myself, but when there are like packaging in Korean or something written in Korean, like some subtitles or something, I'm like, maybe my reading is slow or the way I pronounce it might not be 100% perfect, but because I know the basics, I can read them, and that feels so fulfilling. Yeah. So if you are thinking of learning Korean, by the way, I would really encourage you to go ahead and do it no matter how old you are. I know a lot of people say that Korean is a really hard language to master, and it is not, like untrue. Yeah, definitely there are a lot of things in Korean language that you have to remember, so sometimes it can be really like confusing, especially the grammar. But anything easy is not that fun, but if it's like something where you have to really give an effort, you will feel more accomplished. And once you learn the language, it's such a beautiful language, and it's really good, especially even if you listen to like Korean songs. There's a lot of like wordplay that you can only understand if you can speak in Korean properly, or else you won't understand the fun of it. If you were looking for a sign to learn Korean or to like continue your study after a break, this is your sign, this is my sign. So yeah, I mean, it always helps, especially if you're Indian. If you can speak Hindi, Tamil or Bengali as well, you will find a lot of similarities. Like in Bengali we have to me, which is we say to our close ones like in an informal manner. Then we also have apni, which is like an formal way of addressing people, like apni. So like in Hindi also we have aap, which is like a formal way of addressing someone. Then we have tum, which is also like an informal way of addressing someone. So in Korean also there are things like that. One word can have different endings based on whom you're talking to, but it's really fun if you can just master the basics. And with that being said, you must be wondering what happened after all this fiasco. So I did try to reach out to the people, who gave me the goodie bag, and I could just realize, it was just a like lost in translation, like I said, case, because I don't think they are fluent Korean speakers, they are Indians. So they had no idea in the beginning and I'm pretty sure, the thing got mixed or something like that. So they were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry about it. But yeah, like I don't know, like I was just happy that my Korean language, even the tiny bit of skill that I have, it came to use that day. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little story time and also found a little motivation. And also, if you are if you are an ARMY or fan of any other K-pop artist, if you want to like show them your love and support, it's really nice to know their language, because it's fun. Sometimes it's fun. It's fun, when you can understand at least a bit of what they're saying. Trust me, it's really a nice feeling. It can be really tough. I mean, as you grow up, if you are someone younger than me watching this, or just my age or even older than me, life is never really the easiest. Okay, and when it's calm and easy, we keep on questioning, yeah, it's getting boring. We keep on saying that, right? Yeah, boring. Life is so boring, this and that. So yeah, it's a fun way to keep yourself engaged, and you never know, where your language might, language skills might come to use. So start learning Korean and let's study together, and let's find motivation together, and let's just enjoy Korean culture together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and share it with your friends. This can be a motivation from for them too. And also let me know if you want more story times, or story times like this one. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care of yourselves and study Korean. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care. I love you all. Bye bye.